We're almost there. The Era 7 progress update is almost 100% complete, and we can also see that they're going to be adding a bunch of new auras. So today we're going to be checking out what those auras are going to be and why you should be excited for the Era 7 release of SOL'S RNG. Also, we're now so close to 130,000 subscribers, and once we get there, I'm giving away another 10,000 Robux to one of you. So for 10,000 Robux and maximum luck in SOL'S RNG like all of these guys, just make sure you're subscribed. Okay, so let's first of all take a look at the Era 7 progress. So if we go through it, as I said in the intro, you can see here pretty much everything is now done. In fact, everything is now done. They've just added one thing today, which says testing game, and it shows a bugs list which actually says countless, which means it's going to take 1 or 2 days to fix this. So we're definitely going to be getting the update this weekend, which is amazing. So today I wanted to go through the whitelisted auras, which is some of the auras which you might see in Era 7, and just check out which ones are going to be our favorite. So the first one we're taking a look at is called Sol. It was created by Salmon, and it's one that I've actually used in my thumbnail. To me, this one looks really awesome, and I could actually see this one being added in because it's super clean. So we can see here there's like little blue galaxies which are floating up in the sky, and they actually pop as well in time with the music. Your character is stood underneath the 4 galaxies and the star above, and you're holding a sword in your hand as well. To me, this one would be one of the coolest ones to see in game just because it's actually really clean and it has that SOL'S RNG aesthetic. Here it does say it's a 1 in 565,000, which realistically this one could easily be in the millions. I mean, compare this to Aquatic Flame. Which one are you going to pick? The next one we're taking a look at is called Zeus, obviously themed after Zeus. Now I've said this before, but we definitely need more mythological auras in the game. Currently we do have Hades, so Zeus would be super applicable, and this one, once again, it's very clean. This aura was actually made by the Debris Overseer, Darkmatics, and Salmon once again, so it's made by 3 people, and you can definitely tell that the work has gone into this aura. So if we zoom in on it, you can see some lightning coming up from the floor. In your hand, you can see that you're holding the lightning bolt above your head, which is super cool, and obviously it's Zeus themed. And just overall, the aura is very clean. I would absolutely love to see this one updated in Era 7. Will we get it or not? I'm not too sure. It looks like we might be getting some sort of a hell biome, so maybe we'll get some sort of a mythological aura. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. This one has been covered so many times. It's called Exotic Void, and it's created by Super Wi-Fi. And you guys know I love my purple/pink auras, and this would absolutely be fitting into the SOL'S RNG narrative. Above you, there's a big ball which has a star in the middle of it. There's an awesome pinky white aura coming from the floor, which is going up towards the character. And the character is stood in a super cool stance and actually holding a big pink sword as well, which looks super cool. It seems like a lot of auras are going in the direction of holding swords, so we might be getting some swords coming into Era 7. Do I approve of swords? Of course I do. I've got a katana on my back. So once again, I would love to see Exotic Void added into the game. Very clean aura, and I just love the colors and the whole design scheme of it. Next up, we have an aura named Nullified. This one was created by Pinkle, and I mean, just take a look at this thing. It looks very cool. It almost looks like the Aquatic Flame rework with the 3 tornadoes around you, but instead of it being fire or anything else like that, it's obviously in the null theme, so this would be a null biome aura. Now to me, this kind of looks like null/glitch mixed together because you can see the little X's and the eyes in the middle of it, and then every now and then there's kind of corruption symbols which are popping up as well. Overall, this aura is very unique, very unique, and I do think we need more black or white or the monochromatic auras. I've said this many times before whilst covering the aura reviews, but it would just be very cool to get more black and white auras into the game other than the current defined or undefined auras. So once again, since we are getting some new biomes coming into the game as well, maybe they'll add in this aura just so that null has more auras to its biome as well. We'll have to wait and see, but I'd really love to see Nullified into the game. Now here's one that I thought you guys might love. Since we no longer have the Chromatic Exotic in the game, it's now just the Chromatic Genesis. Here we have one called Chromatic Diva. This one once again was created by Super Wi-Fi, so it's the second time they're on this list, and clearly they are super talented because just take a look at this aura. There's just so much going on. Above the character, there's a music symbol which is shining down 4 different beams onto the ground. In the center, you can barely even see the character in there, but they are floating in there, and there's just a ton of stuff going on. I mean, if you saw this one in game, it would blow your mind. But once again, it does kind of fit into the SOL'S RNG theme because we had the Chromatic Exotic in the past, which was just a super overhyped chromatic aura, so maybe something like this could be entered into the game as well. I mean, if this aura did get added, it would definitely have to be up there in the hundreds of millions though, just because it's actually so cool and there's so much going on here. Really good job on this one, Super Wi-Fi. Next up, sticking with a more chromatic looking aura, we have the Exotic Celestial. So this aura was created by White Rose, and it's clearly taken a lot of inspiration from obviously the Exotic aura and the Celestial aura. It's basically just combined the 2 of them. I honestly love this idea of taking 2 auras which are already really cool in the game, but they're kind of like a lower rarity level, and then just combining them together to give it a higher mutated rarity rarity level. I've actually not seen anybody do this before, and honestly, it's come out really unique. I do think it needs a little bit of work just so you can kind of make out what's what. Maybe if some parts of the aura stood out a little bit more and changed colors at different times, then you'd be able to see the celestial and the exotic a little bit easier. But the overall concept is very cool. Will this be added into Era 7? I'm gonna say no. It's probably not gonna be added. But would I like to see more auras getting mixed together and created mutated versions of themselves? Absolutely. In fact, it would be cool if there was a mechanic in game which would allow you to mix auras together and see what you get. Now that would be a great idea. Imagine that. Era 8, we're coming for you. Mutated auras everywhere. Next up, we have the Star Scorge Radiant. This was created by Apple, and this is just stunning. Obviously, the Star Scorge aura is already a really cool aura in the game, but this just takes it to a complete new level. So rather than it being red, it's got this bluish / crystal tone to it. Obviously, you can see the rainbows coming through, and I think that's what it's meant to represent, because there are those crystals in the middle, so obviously with the white light going through it, that's what's creating the rainbow effect. This is very, very well thought out. I really like it, but on top of that, it's just very clean. Anytime there's a clean aura, I get super excited because SOL'S RNG love to put in these kind of auras into the game. So there's honestly a high chance that we could see the Star Scorge Radiant being added into the game. This is probably the most beautiful aura we've seen so far on the list, and I would just love to see this one get added. Next up, we have an aura which is most likely going to get added into Era 7. This one's called Apollyon, and it was made by all of these people here. So a big collaborative effort went into making this aura, and you can definitely tell. So in the center, you've got kind of like a satanic symbol above your head. You're holding this giant sword in your arms. You've got giant devil wings. There's the kind of devilish writings on the floor. There's beams coming from the top star, which are connected to the balls flying around you. And we do love ball auras on this channel. So as I said earlier, most likely we'll be seeing some sort of a hellish biome coming to Era 7. And that's why I think this one will most likely get added into the game. Like, I'm 90% sure Apollyon will probably be in Era 7. So take a mental image of this aura, guys, because this is most likely the one you're going to be trying to hunt down on the first day of Era 7 releasing. Honestly, super cool aura. There's so much going on, but at the same time, it's managed to stay relatively clean. So really good job, all of you guys that managed to work on it together. You've made a fantastic aura. Now, this one to me is just silly, obviously. It's a very silly, goofy aura, and normally I would say this is not going to get added into SOL'S RNG because it's not really even an aura. But we do have the sailor aura already existing in the game. So if we have a boat, why can't we have a plane, you know? It says that this aura could be worth a 1 in 5 million, which, I mean, the sailor is a 1 in 3 million, so why not? You know, why not? Is it a very silly aura? Absolutely. Would I love to see it in SOL'S RNG? Absolutely. Next up, we have Oppression, and once again, it was created by Super Wi-Fi. I don't know why Super Wi-Fi is pumping out the best auras here, but these are just absolutely incredible. So it's another monochromatic aura, so another one that could potentially be featured in the null biome. There's just an absolute ton of stuff going on here. There's words flying up, there's binary numbers, there's question marks, there's so much happening at the same time. If this aura was somewhere in the hundreds of millions, I could see this being added into the game. The only kind of downside of it that I think is it's just so big and there's so much going on that it might be kind of hard for some people's PCs or phones to run it. And I think SOL'S RNG tries to stay away from auras, which might make the game more difficult to run. So the chances of this being actually in Era 7 are probably a little bit lower than the other ones that I've shown in the list, but it doesn't take away from the fact that this is still an incredibly cool looking aura. And the last aura I'm going to include on the list today is called Binary. It was created by Orb and Fire Stranded. Now, we all know where this aura would fit into. It would fit perfectly into the glitch biome. Could we potentially see another glitch biome exclusive aura? Maybe. I mean, this aura is just super, super clean. I've said that many times in this video, but you cannot tell me this just doesn't look incredibly clean. Obviously, it's taken a lot of inspiration from the original glitch aura, so it has the staggered lines across the character, there's binary numbers flying up, and then there's this ball going around the character as well. Overall, very clean, very nice looking, and I would love to see this in the game. Maybe if they added it as a glitch biome aura, but you could get it breakthrough unlike the other glitch aura. That could be really cool. That would be a really cool feature. So that's all of the auras that we're going to cover in today's list. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for Era 7, and make sure you subscribe because obviously as soon as Era 7 drops, I'm going to be posting a ton of videos on the new updates.